Coming out of UTSA, Tariq Woolen was considered to be an extremely raw prospect, having banked only 2 years worth of snaps at the corner position. His upside was his exceptional athletic profile, a true 99th percentile athlete in both frame and explosiveness. Despite this, teams evidently saw Woolen as a ball of clay that would need some serious molding to turn into an NFL player, falling to the 5th round where the Seahawks finally took a swing. Seattle struck gold throughout their 2022 class, finding 5 rookies to play quality starting roles, of which Woolen was the top man, leading the league in interceptions and even finishing with a few All-Pro votes. But that ain't the full story. Let's dive in. First of all, let's just keep it a buck. To lead the NFL in interceptions as a 5th round rookie is wild. His ball skills are just something you cannot teach, blending anticipation with the confidence and recovery to bait QBs into mistakes. Against the Lions, Tariq is sitting in an off-man alignment from the numbers, eyes on TJ Hawkinson on the edge of the condensed formation. Once he sees the vertical release, he settles into a shuffle technique to widen with the tight end's outside angled stem, staying in a soft trail position through the break, getting his eyes to the QB. He holds back for half a second to bait the throw, and then when Goff winds up, he's undercutting it, showing off his elite speed to steal this ball and take it all the way back to the crib. Against Atlanta, he's forcing another veteran QB into a mistake. The Falcons are running a route combo which is designed to look like double post routes up to 10 yards. Before the X sits down on a hitch and the Z runs in behind on a corner route, creating a smash concept. Seattle are in a cover 4 palms look with Woolen reading the twins combo for anything breaking outside, so when he sees London sit down on the stem, Woolen waits for a second to bait Mariota into winding up, jumping the route and catching the ball at full extension. Good coverage call and even better execution. Sometimes when a quarterback scans the field pre-snap, he'll see a matchup he likes and just goes for it. Kyler sees Marquise Brown being manned by a tall corner on an upcoming 9 route and loves the look. Murray looks off the safety before aiming to pin this ball over the top of the corner to where only his speedster can get to it. One slight issue here though, Tariq Woolen is just too damn fat. He matches the outside release with an explosive piece of footwork, beating the wideout to the 5-yard mark despite facing the wrong way. He then stays ahead of schedule with that elite speed, using his long frame to box out Brown, getting way up to bring this back with him. I mean, he basically ran the route for him. This time, at the bottom of your screen, Woolen is going to switch from a press look to bail technique at the snap, and this makes Dalton think he's got a chance to Traquan Smith, who's running a comeback at the halfway line. It's a hard task to break out of a bail technique and open all the way back out to the sideline, but Woolen has the foot speed to shift his momentum in an instant, before supermanning to snag the ball right out of Smith's grasp. The less said about whatever the Bucs were trying to pull off here, the better, because I mean, what? However, this play does show Woolen's awareness and focus, not getting caught by a dumb trick play, and a 42-year-old tripping you at your workplace is a grounds to sue your employer. It doesn't just show off in his interceptions though. Tariq has fantastic range thanks to that gifted athletic profile, pairing it with the smarts to anticipate. Faced with the 1st and 15, the Panthers are going to take a shot with 4 verticals from an empty look, and this is the perfect play to exploit the Seahawks' cover 3. Woolen sees the slot seam completely uncovered and is moving to get there even before Sam Darnold winds up to release. He turns on the burners and eats up the gap in 7 long strides to bat this out of Moore's hands at the very last second. This kind of range is just crazy, but is only made possible by a wide set of eyes and quick reactions. Seattle are again in cover 3 here, and this time it isn't the coverage that gets him in trouble, but himself. The motion comes his way, so he widens and keeps his eyes inside. First watching Van Jefferson release inside, then spotting Skoranek running a crosser from the other side that could potentially threaten his sideline. Woolen makes a mistake by hesitating to read this, and the speedster Tutu Atwell is in behind him on the motion wheel. But this is Tariq the Freak Woolen we're talking about, and he manages to slam the door shut on this from a seemingly impossible disadvantage, catching up and swatting this ball away. That's crazy. Down in the red zone this time, and Woolen is sitting outside of the tight end side of the I-Twins look. Reading the play action, he ensures the ball is handed off before pursuing, so when the QB keeps and boots out to his side, he's ready to climb and protect his deep third. He opens his hips back inside and quickly sees Deebo Samuel crossing the formation to attack his zone, so he accelerates rapidly to get to his outside shoulder before Brock can even think of trying this window. Purdy's forced to extend the play, and yep, this other rookie is pretty good too. Pattern matching depends on defenders responding to the developing situation in phase, and Woolen reads and reacts at a speed that will see him win a lot of assignments. Here, he's following Amon-Ra St. Brown from an off-man alignment, trailing infield with the dig. Then, when he sees him chop his feet to sit the route down, Tariq knows he can hand this off to his teammate, opening up and immediately getting under the post route, shutting a second assignment closed. Pre-snap, the Rams motion the outside man out of the trips bunch, so Woolen steps down to the outside shoulder of Skoranek in his new man assignment. Once he shoots inside, he knows he has to get his eyes up to see the next threat, and somehow he sees Allen Robinson through the line. Being 6'4" probably helps here, and speed turns to keep his momentum over the top of the flat route. The Rams were relying on this coming open, and when it was shut down, Wolford had to move on to a trickier inside hook. So we've shown the ball skills and ability to adapt and close from off coverage so far. But what's perhaps the most surprising aspect of Woolen's game is the variety of techniques he's able to use and align from. Down here in the red zone, Tariq is facing off with Atlanta's #1 rookie Drake London, and is going to show us perfect mirror technique. He chooses a stacked shade that's lining up directly over his man, allowing him to match a route in either direction on the solo side receiver. Woolen is all over the shifty release, and this puts him in great position to disrupt the route with his hands, forcing London the long route around him and throwing him off the timing of the concept. Another tool in the arsenal of a good corner is the speed turn, and a favorite of Woolen's used effectively when receivers attack his blind spot. As a reactionary corner, he uses this move to be able to mirror the wideout's outside move before turning the wrong way back inside to keep his momentum and stay in trail of the skinny post. But with Woolen's size, you want to see him just use it to smother, never needing to have to turn and recover. Down in press here, he takes this rep straight to Marquez Callaway with a hard inside jam, and follows it up with getting his outside arm onto Callaway's shoulder, steering him the opposite way he wants to go. However, off man is where he's most comfortable, and to play it against a vertical route, you'll need a good catch technique. This is where the corner bounces his feet while the wideout eats up his cushion, allowing him to play aggressive on short routes, then try to get his hands on the wideout if he's going long, catching the receiver and running with him. On this rep, Tariq does it all smoothly, managing to stay with St. Brown through a very short transition, using quick feet to avoid getting stuck in his hips. Here, with the Rams in 3rd and forever, Woolen knows he's got to protect the sideline and deep, showing great shuffle technique from his favorite off-man alignment. He gains depth while reading the hips of his man, and when he sees them sink for the break, he's using his speed and length to close, beating Skoranek to the ball for an elite breakup. Considering the lack of experience, the variety and ability with which he can play such varied techniques is a testament to the coaching staff and Woolen's hard work. But for all the great snaps he put up, there are still some serious holes in Woolen's game, and he's got a long way to come before he's complete. This dude shouldn't get all-pro votes just yet. While his long arms have come into effect when steering routes or playing the ball, his overall press play and alignment needs some serious overhaul. Firstly, he just really struggles against inside releases, particularly falling for fake outside steps, getting his ass crossed up. He's shown great reaction times deep into the route, but here he struggled. He needs to understand the nuances of how a receiver may try to set him up off the line and know how to react to them attacking his leverage. He gets caught overcommitting with his hips way too often, leaving interior angles exposed for easy completions. And making this worse is that the technique of his jam is just flat out bad. He will overreach with 2 arms or completely miss with 1. Either way, landing it and good. And it seems he's predetermining when and where to throw his jab, leaving himself overcommitted and reaching when receivers don't leave the line quickly. Like most rookie corners, Tariq also struggled with eye discipline at times, showing wide vision but often getting confused through the window dressing NFL teams use in the play-action game. Corners are rarely consistent tacklers, and Woolen is no exception. But what stands out is that he manages to make his big body look weak through poor technique and lackluster attitude. He fails to generate power because he reaches down from a high stance, and when it comes to reacting, his skills don't come close to his coverage ones, often hesitating in key moments or taking some poor angles. You could see teams like the Rams, Panthers, and 49ers run straight at him towards the end of the season. But maybe the bigger reason why these teams ran straight at him is that his block shedding is even worse. Despite being 6'4", 205, this dude has 0 moves or power to shed. And maybe the real crime is he seems to seek out blocks to avoid making the physical play. There's no shying away in the NFL. The tape is the tape. Overall, Tariq Woolen's rookie season may have seemed like he was on the verge of All-Pro selection, but when you break down the tape, it was more like, well, a rookie season. Pairing athletic gifts with a unique frame, the promise and upside are undeniable. Still new to the cornerback position, it was impressive to see just how much technique variety he's able to play with, and the closing speed and ball skills are world-class. However, his freshness to the position was evident throughout the season, and only got stronger towards the end, especially against the 49ers in that wildcard game. The evidence from that game was damning, where he was repeatedly picked on in both the run and the pass, showing his lack of discipline and physicality. He needs to become a more physical player and learn to use his size better in close quarters and around the line of scrimmage. Theoretically, he should be strong in press, but the technique's just way off. Right now, Tariq Woolen is the almost guy. He's so close to being a very good corner, but those details are just not there yet. With time and consistent growth, the game should slow down for him, and we could see him amongst the league's best at the position. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, we're dropping a rookie report every 2 weeks throughout the summer. Stay cool and take care.